Alright, so I'm making my TCDS device. Got power supply here. So according to what I've read, you can use anywhere from 6 to 18 volts for a TCDS device. And you want to use between 1 and 2 milliamps. So we've got the device set right now to, this is 1 and 2 milliamps. And then you can also adjust the voltage. So I started at 7 and went up to 9. And this feels exactly like the one that I tried the other day. The only difference is that this is a flat direct current, whereas the one I tried the other day was supposed to use a much higher frequency, 50,000 hertz, which is supposed to help with the stimulation. But I just tried this just now, so this is we have a cup of salt water and my two makeshift forehead electrodes, and I just held them to my forehead with my hands. I'll probably get a headband for this in a minute to try this more, but I definitely was feeling it. Just like a very slight sort of like encouragement in like the ability to think, and definitely like comparable to like coffee or maybe a small dose of Adderall. And I'm going to rig up a little headband and try this again here in a minute. And maybe try and do some work with it. It's definitely uncomfortable though, just like last time I tried it. It's like the pins and needles in your forehead, like literally like somebody stabbing you with a needle in the forehead. It's not comfortable at all, but you can definitely like sort of like look past the pain. And I mean, it's like, when I say uncomfortable, I mean it's like wearing an uncomfortable hat or something. It's not very nice. It's not very nice. Not a nice feeling. It's early sensation on your skin. But that said, it is very interesting. I've been wanting to try this ever since I tried it the other day. And yeah, if I like what I see today, after using this desktop power supply, I'm gonna try and work with it for an hour or two, try and do some work. And then if I like it, I will probably either build my own portable headset or buy one. They sell them on the internet for like between like $100 and $200 ish. But as you can see, like this power supply, I'm sure costs no more than like $60 or $70. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is a 30 volt 5 amp power supply. It's probably more like $40. It's not expensive. So I could definitely make my own desktop version of this for $40. I might just do that because I've always wanted a power supply for home anyway. But also like the equipment that you need to build one of these, a rudimentary one, is extremely cheap, because you basically just need a 9-volt battery and a couple of resistors and some electrodes for your forehead, and then maybe a switch if you want to turn it on and off. You can also just unplug your 9-volt battery. And yeah, like, so extremely simple and cheap, very accessible. You do need to have the electrodes have salt water on them, so you probably need like some way of like either dousing them with salt water, or maybe get like, there's like these TENS devices. They're like little devices for stimulating your muscles with electricity, and people use them for pain. But those have little adhesive pads that you can use, and the adhesive it's not a sticky adhesive, or at least it is sticky, but it's like a silicone adhesive, so it sticks to your skin, but you can still clean it and reuse it. And maybe I'll use one of those instead. I'm thinking about building it into a cap and putting it on my head. Thinking cap, that'd be fun. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm gonna try this, and I will let you know how it goes. So, update. I fucking burned my skin right there, which is annoying, but I know why. I'm pretty sure I know why. It's because the alligator clip was touching the skin, and I think that's why. I could feel it at one point. It felt like it was more painful than normal, but it's still like, I don't know. I guess it's concerning that like it's hard to differentiate the pain of it working normally from the pain of it burning your skin. It definitely is uncomfortable. So I put it inside this hat, and I didn't have it on for very long, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. And no, it was more like 5 minutes, maybe like 5 minutes. And so I just had them up here like this, but the alligator clip was touching the skin, and I'm pretty sure that's why it burned me. But yeah, I never went. I had it at 6, maybe 7 volts and 1 milliamp for like 5 minutes, and I was definitely feeling like that boost of mental clarity. And so I don't know. I like that. I really like that. I don't like it was uncomfortable. It was burning me, and now I'm also kind of not wanting to try it again with this mark in my skin. I don't want to make it worse, but also these like makeshift electro pads are obviously the problem, and so I think what I'm going to do is get something nicer. The silicone tens unit pads, I'm going to get some of those, and those are self-adhesive, so I should be able to stick them on and use it, and hopefully that will like distribute the voltage enough so that I don't have any more issues with burning, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I'm back. I've got some silicone pads, and I'm kind of just placing these by feel, but it's on. And this is, I definitely feel like I probably shouldn't be using this with the little cut on my forehead, or like the little wound on my forehead, because I definitely feel like when I feel any sensation at all, I definitely feel it in that cut. But that said, this is like 100 times more comfortable. There's definitely like the tiniest little sensation of pins and needles, but it was, I don't know, it was like 10 times stronger yesterday. I think it's just like my little DIY pads with salt water. I did some reading, and they said that the salt water that the salt water needs to be actually relatively weak. I think the salt water that I made was too strong, and just like I don't think the connection was very good. So like right now, looking at the power meter, the voltage that I have it at is actually the voltage that's at. Whereas yesterday the voltage was dropping, which is a signal that the conductivity through the skin was probably really poor. Um, and so that's probably why like all that discomfort that I was feeling was probably just like the lack of like the resistance in the skin due to the poor connection. So this is way better. It's way more comfortable. I've been wearing it now for a couple of minutes. I will also say though that like the feeling or like the perceived feeling of mental clarity that I had before doesn't seem to be as strong now, which is weird. I don't know. So right now this is 1 milliamp at 6 volts. You're supposed to wear these 20 minutes at a time. That's like the prescribed amount of time you're supposed to use it every day. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna wear this for 20 minutes and do some work on my computer and see if I feel any difference. I might play around with the voltage a little bit. So the voltage range for TDCS is 6 to 18 volts, and the amperage is 1 to 2 milliamps. So right now I got a 1 milliamp. I already turned it up to 2 milliamps a couple of times, and now down to 1 to see if I feel a difference. I don't really feel a difference with these pads. I don't feel any difference. When I changed the amperage, right now I'm gonna turn it up so that now it's at 2. Okay. I guess I can say I do feel something, but it's so slight. It's like when I change the voltage, it's a much larger feeling. Like you can feel the voltage. Like, oh, so I'll turn it up to 7, and oh yeah, like so I feel pins and needles when I turn it up. Also, when I turn it down, I also feel pins and needles more so. I'm holding this cap on because like I feel like the pads stick on, but the edges kind of start to curl off a little bit, and I want the full pad to like be adhered. So you can turn it up to like, I'll do 8 right now. Oh yeah, pins and needles. And then 9. Ow, okay, that's starting to hurt in my cut. I'll turn that back down to 7. Just like a tiny flash of light in my eyes, which I guess is normal according to the guy I talked to the other day. Also, if you taste copper in your mouth, that's supposed to also, or like metallic taste in your mouth, that's supposed to also be normal. He said it has something to do with like ions in your brain being released or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just trying it for kicks and giggles. Anyways, so I'm gonna leave this on for the 7 volts, 2 milliamps. I'm gonna leave this on for, I don't know, a solid 10 minutes at least. I'm gonna try and do some work. I definitely have noticed that like it doesn't feel any different at all if you're not thinking about anything, but if you're thinking about something that is cognitively taxing, it does seem to feel easier. So I'm gonna try and think about some stuff that's hard to think about, and I'll report back. Okay, so I think I wore it for about 10 or 12 minutes, and then I took it off because I was adjusting the cap at one point, and I started to feel like a burning, like it was burning me through my cut again. So I'm definitely gonna have to wait for that to heal before I do it again. Um, but it's weird because it is like very subtle. It's very subtle. I do feel like I do have like a tiny sort of feeling like I have more mental energy. Um, I think I would compare it to like Adderall. I was sort of like less aware of like a feeling of fatigue that I would normally would feel around this time of day. Like normally around, well, like I didn't have my second cup of coffee in the evening, and so I do normally feel like a tiny bit of feeling of like mental fatigue, and I am feeling that now after I've taken it off. I definitely felt like it was a little bit less while wearing it, but slight. Definitely just like um, if I didn't know I was wearing it, I would just think I was like wide awake. And now that it's off, I do feel like I'm a little bit more aware of like the physical sensation of fatigue in my brain. Um, I definitely also think that it was weird because like I was trying to do some work and I felt like kind of like it was hard to like let my mind sort of like settle on the things that I was wanting to work on. But I think I normally sort of feel that anyway when I'm tired. Um, but also like the sort of like tendency to sort of be distracted or like let my attention drift to other things was less, you know. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for this mark on my forehead to heal up, and then I'll be doing it again. But yeah, I kind of think that I like it. I kind of think that it'd be worth building one, so I think I'm gonna build one. And yeah.
The 2 and 16.
Video about this,
Yeah.
and do you feel anything?
Mostly hungry.
All
Because I skipped lunch.
right, so I think for me, and also Max said this, and
Okay.
Brandon said this, you start to feel a little bit of a pressure behind the eyes,
Okay.
um, almost like a headache coming on, but it never gets painful. Um, Also, it shouldn't hurt at any point. So
Right.
if it does, that's bad. You should take it off. But yeah. Um,
I mean, I do feel like clear-minded, but I can't tell if that's just like I feel like getting into a conversation and like you know like snapping out of like the code like I'm moving this variable here or whatever like it kind of does that anyways.
I feel like
Um,
it's to me the closest analog would be like it's like I just woke up and I've been very well rested. I just sort of have feel clear minded. You know. Um,
let's go from 12 to 14.
sure.
Now,
Okay, so um, wore it for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, something like that, collectively today. I think one, two, three other people besides me tried it, and they all seem to notice a slight sort of cognitive benefit. I think it does not seem like it's placebo. Definitely seems like there's a benefit. And honestly, I think I might be in love. Like, I think I like it a lot. Um, kind of really want to make one that is portable, but also, I don't know, that's a different project. I'm going to probably just come back and use the power supply again tomorrow. See how I like it. You do some research to see what's the maximum safe amount of time you're supposed to use it, because from what I've seen so far, they say you're supposed to use it for 20 minutes, and I used it way longer than that, and definitely seems like the best benefit is definitely there while you're using it. They say there's supposed to be a residual effect. I definitely feel like there is like a slight residual effect, but I'm not sure if that is. It just doesn't feel as strong when you don't have it on you. So I don't know. We'll send updates. Okay, this is my 4th day using the TDCS, and I gotta say that I really like it. Have yet to use it early in the morning though, and I would like to try using it early in the morning to see if it helps my ADHD throughout the day. That said, it does really seem like it helps my ADHD a lot. And let's see what else. I really want a portable version of it. It's definitely very limiting to have to use it while sitting at your desk with the power supply. But that said, my electrical knowledge is really not up to the task of making my own circuit yet. I could definitely follow somebody else's design, but I want to have more control of the process. So I'll probably at some point need to re-up my electrical knowledge. So in the meantime, I ordered a power supply for home, and I'll be using it shortly. And yeah, I think 5 other people have tried it at Noisebridge so far, and 3 of them said that they really liked it. The other 2 either didn't try it for long enough to, I don't know, didn't try it for very long at all, or said that they didn't feel anything. So I don't know. I will also say though that depending on how bad my ADHD, it does feel like it helps less, or at least like, I don't know, my I don't know. Even though with Adderall, though, like some days my ADHD is really bad, the Adderall helps less. I feel like this is the same. Like if my ADHD is really bad, this helps less, but it definitely still helps. So I'm kind of really excited about it, and we'll give updates as I go. But this is probably the last video for this, last check-in for this video. I'll probably make another video soon when I have made my own device.